Hello everybody, I am Edmundo Werna, currently working at the headquarters of the International Labour Office, ILO. I am an urbanist by training and my current work includes many aspects of the built environment, in specific relation to ILO's mandate, which is employment creation, improvement of working conditions and other labor-related issues. Unfortunately, I could not be together with you today, therefore we are resorting to a video presentation. The topic of this workshop is very broad and relevant, linking long-term economics and the built environment with many related themes. I will concentrate on the key theme which is related both to the workshop and to ILO's work, which is green jobs for the built environment. If I understood the program of the workshop correctly, I am on a session related to the rural-urban fringe. The issues I will talk about are indeed pertinent to the rural-urban fringe, but I ask you to allow me to make a broader presentation on green jobs, which have implications for the urban fringes, but also to core urban areas. To start, I would like to point out that there is a need and an opportunity to invest on green jobs to promote urban sustainability. Cities and towns will not be sustainable if the livelihood of its inhabitants is not addressed. Urban poverty is widespread, especially in the south, and is increasingly outpacing poverty in rural areas. Poverty is related to deficits in the four dimensions of decent work. Decent work is a concept used by ILO and its constituents and other organizations to encompass the different dimensions of labor. And there are four pillars, which are employment, workers' rights, social protection, and social dialogue. Improvements in the urban environment are an opportunity to address decent work deficits through green jobs. At the same time, workers and entrepreneurs need to be well trained and to have good working conditions in order to appropriately support the urban green economy. There is a possible win-win situation regarding the urban environment and decent work. I will now discuss and present each one of the four dimensions of decent work in a specific relation to the built environment. First of all, employment. The expansion of urban populations is outpacing employment opportunities. There is a great deal that local governments can do directly or via contracting out to combine green urban development with employment creation. For example, green programs to upgrade roads, drainage, water and energy provision, sewerage systems, public buildings, public transport and waste management and recycling. Such programs bring immediate employment and longer-term impact on incomes and living and working conditions. Local governments can also encourage green jobs in other sectors in which they are not directly involved by supporting private entrepreneurship, especially micro and small enterprises, which are responsible for a significant proportion of urban employment. At the same time, investment on training is also fundamental for green employment creation. These were some ideas about employment. Now the second dimension of decent work, which is workers' rights. Many urban workers still face challenges related to their rights. This has an impact on their living and working conditions and on their capacity to deliver good green products. Examples of issues related to workers' rights in urban areas include informality, casualization of labor, child labor, bonded labor, and the situation of migrant workers. There are many possible actions related to different groups of workers based on ILO's conventions, recommendations, and other instruments. There are instruments for each aspect of decent work, including workers' rights, and also broader synergies can be explored. For example, there is a burgeoning international movement on the right to the city. Attention has been given to communities and consumers' rights in this movement, but indeed workers' rights fit within this movement and should be promoted. There are embryonic examples of coalitions of urban workers, such as in Brazil. At the same time, there are specific initiatives related to the rights of urban citizens to a better environment, supporting a green economy. Therefore, promotion of a better urban environment and promotion of the rights of urban workers can reinforce each other. Social protection, the third pillar or the third dimension of decent work, also needs to be addressed. Inappropriate working and living conditions expose many urban workers to risk on a daily basis. Also, numerous urban workers do not have access to an adequate system of health care, pay for holidays and protection against loss of pay when they are unable to work due to unemployment, ill health, accidents, or old age. This situation hampers the expansion of the green economy. As mentioned before, ILO instruments provide a sound basis for action, and many are specifically related to social protection. In addition, poor people have at times mobilized their own resources and organized their own risk protection through mutual health protection and community surveillance. Support should be given to such initiatives. There are also examples of partnership practices involving local governments, the private sector, and communities. Finally, the fourth dimension of decent work, social dialogue, is an important means for workers, employers, and the government to jointly discuss solutions to the problems noted before. It is necessary to address the barriers which have hindered social dialogue in urban areas. There are cases of good practice of urban multi-sectoral dialogue, including, for example, the city of Marikina in the Philippines, and the municipal decent work programs in Belo Horizonte and in a number of towns and the metropolitan region of São Paulo in Brazil. The greening of the urban economy can provide a specific focus for such type of action. To conclude, in some cities and towns offer indeed opportunities to combine environmental protection and decent work. Especially in the South, the green economy and green jobs also need to encompass the vast number of low-income neighborhoods. This would avoid having a green-brown divide between wealthy and poor areas, which would exacerbate intra-urban differentials. Such differentials already exist in cities and towns in the past, and they should be combated, not increased. The green economy and green jobs in particular can also help to address such differentials. I will stop here with this broad view on the relation between the green economy, the built environment, and ILO's mandate, which is green jobs in this respect. I hope it has been useful, and thank you very much for your attention.